'cause I know that it's something real. Gonna say how I feel, 'cause I know that it's something real. Hey, hey. Gonna say how I feel, 'cause I know that it's something real. Gonna say how.
Well, hi everybody. How are you? My goodness. We've got Gloria here and Angie's here and Deirdre's here, Nathan and Helen and Janice and Julie E. And did I miss? I don't think Janice, going all the way back up to the top. You guys deal it. Helen, Julie E. I got Julie E. She's on there. Woohoo, Janice. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys for showing up. 75 nights. Can you freaking believe it? And all I'm sharing with tonight is water. Oh my gosh. At least for now. Oh man, it is good to see you. Probably only water because I've got scissors out for a project for what we're doing later on, like equivalent to running with scissors could be drinking with scissors. I don't know. Oh my gosh. So it's so good to see everybody here. Yes, I hope everybody had a great day. I have not seen any YouTubes today. Yeah. I had a very early morning physical therapy and hoping my sound is good. And then I took myself a treat to go get my nails done and a pedicure because I hadn't had a pedicure since before I had my knee done. And it was just, it was gruesome, just gruesome. So I spoiled myself and then I came home and that took up the whole morning until like when you have to travel the distance that I have to travel to these things, it takes a while. So then I came home and I just started plugging away in here, working at different things. I've got a meeting tonight after this at 8 o'clock my time with somebody to help me with a lot of my setup and a creative coach that I have. So, and Doc's in Hawaii. So that's what time it works for him. Ooh la la. So how is everybody tonight? Looks like you guys are doing fine. I saw Christina Welch had something that she was doing. I'm going to go back and watch. And Nathan, I hope your appointment went well yesterday. How are you doing today, my friend? I hope things are going well. Yeah, Gloria's here. Yay. Everybody's saying hi to everybody else. I'm just checking in to see best 75 nights ever. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Talk about date nights. Woo. Just type Pepsi. Question? What's this question about? Do you have a question? I'll try to answer. Anyway, so it's just been a blast to see kind of where I've gone back, started from with my phone and moving through, and some things that I think, oh my gosh, I should really delete that one, but I swore to myself I would never delete them. And Janet is here. Yay! How are you, Janet? Oh my gosh, good to see you. Yay, there she is. uh, okay. What did you mean? Nice to have a pet. Yeah, pedicure. Seriously. I dig through the couches and save up my pennies for those. They're just kind of and when you can't bend your knees as far as you used to be able to like get down and, you know, give yourself a decent pedicure. Yeah. So anyway, that's what I was doing. Um, so first off, I want to thank all of you guys for all the support and all the wonderful feedback that you give me, and even just the energy that you send over that. It just makes my day. It really does. Um, it's been something that I look forward to. I found myself getting up earlier, having more energy, just feeling more up and alive, and less brain fog and all kinds of things. You know, it's it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling, and you guys are a big part of that good feeling. So I thank you for that. And yeah, we're going to have a little, okay, hang on just a second. I have to do something here. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, here, I'll do, I wrote everybody's name down on a list just randomly. And, okay. So for this, put in the chat a number between 1 and 8. Hang on. Okay, put it in a number between 1 and 8. Just do that, please. If you can. There's nothing in the chat. Can you guys not hear me? Uh-oh. Okay. Did something happen? Oh, okay. Oh, no. Okay, Janet. Janet, you're it tonight for the first giveaway. Okay, the first giveaway. What is the first giveaway going to be? Let's see. Janet, bears or abstracts? Tell me, bears or abstracts? You can stop with the numbers. Janet, Jay Whitty, she hit the number. We'll come back to another giveaway. I'm going to do some giveaways tonight, you guys. I decided. So, Janet, do you want bears or abstract book? I have a bear book that I did and our abstract book. Abstract. Okay, so the abstract book. You can message me at Images by Gretchen on Facebook or some way, or so that you can send me your address and I'll send that. Woohoo! Okay, that's the first one. We're doing more. Don't worry, it's going to be a fun night. All right, tonight's story. So last night you watched me cut up a bunch of one of my photos, and like Deidre, I went back and saw the comment. Deidre's going, no! I know. Sometimes when you guys re-pour over things or you stretch something off of the edge, my husband and I sit here going, no, 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 no. And so that's kind of what it feels like. So here we go. Let's go to the book larger. And so last night I cut up this, and there's still some. And then after we got off, I'd already painted this. I painted over this one, and I painted over this one, and I painted over this one. And those are all going to be part of what we're going to do. Fortunately, the book is very short, so we'll have time for some fun. But the book is by Ms. Bianchi, and let me get her website up here to show you. Her website is called Anna Loves Color. There it is. And she does all kinds of just beautiful work in all kinds of color aspects. Designer, illustrator, children's book author, and a maker of all kinds of things. I used to try to keep each of my creative worlds neatly separated, each in its own cubby, but not anymore. No matter what I'm making, color is always what connects it all. So here's her sections that she has: kids, books, and more, home decor, design and branding, and follow my color love in Instagram. So she kind of does all kinds of stuff. So I thought that was pretty cool for this book. I've seen this book advertised on Blick. It's also, was in the Seattle Art Museum's gift store. So it's one of those that fits around a lot of things. And it's based on Matisse's The Swimming Pool. And what I found really fascinating, and I forgot to put a link in the description. If I remember, I'll go back afterwards and do that. But you can Google Matisse The Swimming Pool, and there's a YouTube from about 7 years ago of when they restored this and what they went through at the Museum of Modern Art to restore it, and then how it's shown, and what it did, and how he had it displayed in his own home. And then this young girl, well, she's not, so she works at the Museum of Modern Art, but she looked really young to me. And also had a video that was just from April of this, or I think last year, about it being on display again. So it was very cool. And it shows some of the pictures within that and why they chose to restore it, or they had it off of display for a long time, and then how it was restored. And the video on how it was restored is really fascinating. Just really amazing. Those conservationists, how they go about that and do that kind of stuff. It just kind of blows you away when you see the level with which, like, it was on burlap, and then the paper, and then the blue paper that he painted. So he put it on white paper and then mounted it on burlap. So in some places where the burlap just wouldn't come off the paper, and they had tried like scalpels and everything to try to get it to come off, they ended up grabbing the burlap and just unweaving it thread by thread. It took over 2,000 hours to do that. It's just so crazy. So I thought this would be fun, and it's a really cool book, and just, somebody that took his art and kept it going, and has still been really, really popular. So this is the book right here called The Swimmers. I know, Nathan, it is so crazy. I watched that video this afternoon of the conservationists doing this and what they went through, and the science behind it has always been pretty fascinating. But the patience that they had, and then when they found a square of burlap from 1952 or so, or the year that he did it, that would have been the same burlap that had not been exposed to the elements or had not been in light, and they could match colors. Then they found some and they matched it, and then the burlap wasn't exactly perfect, so they were like pulling pieces of thread out of the burlap that didn't match. So crazy. Yeah. So this is called The Swimmers, Paper Cutouts with Matisse by Miss Bianchi, illustrated by Ana Bianchi. It's the same person. And the quote in the front of his book, or from him, it says, "There are always flowers for those who want to see them." The Swimmers, Paper Cutouts with Matisse. Henri Matisse was a brilliant artist. He made paintings and sculptures, he made prints and drew all the time. And he loved colors, especially brilliant colors. He painted all the colorful things around him. Let me see if I need more light. Let's see if you guys need more light on that. There we go, that's a little better. He painted all the colorful things around him. He painted his goldfish in bright red. He painted the bright ultramarine of the Mediterranean Sea as it looked from his window. He painted an elegant lady with a bright green stripe across her colorful face. His paintings were so full of color that everyone was amazed. Some were even shocked. Never had such wild colors and fierce brushwork been seen in France. Now, I don't know how to say these words. He paints like a fauve, said the shocked art critics, who usually dressed only in black and white. And fauve, I think, or a fauvist, an artist, was a wild beast in French. I didn't take French, my sister did. And a fauvist is an artist painting in the style of the wild beast. Yes. After many years of making the most colorful paintings, he stopped. Old and sick, his country at war, he had to remain in bed and did not feel strong enough to paint anymore. Sad and weak, he stared at the empty walls of his room. A little stain on the wall bothered him a lot. He grabbed his scissors and some white paper, cut out a little bird, and covered the scuff. It made him think of a trip he had taken long ago. He cut more shapes of things he remembered from the trip. Sea waves, seaweed, tropical plants, swooping birds, and swimming sharks. He covered the whole wall with them. From his bed, he thought about this new way of making art. "I will now paint with scissors," he declared. He asked his helpers to gather the materials he needed: thick paper, colorful paints, large brushes, and glue. Matisse commanded them to paint large sheets of paper in all his colorful colors: azure blue, bright red, mandarin orange, leaf green, and electric yellow. The whirlwind of his scissors gradually transformed his home. All kinds of bold, colorful shapes emerged from the cut-out colored paper and found a place on his walls. His mind and spirit woke, as fierce with color as ever. Sometimes Matisse would cut out a curious abstract shape called the positive shape, and then compare it with the piece of paper he'd cut it from, the negative shape. He would look at both of them and choose his favorite one to use, and save the other for later. Or he would simply use both and glue them side by side in collages that eventually covered a whole nother wall. "I'll make a paper garden of color," he said with delight, cutting shapes as bright and vivid as the paintings he always had made. When the art critics learned about Matisse's new art, they said, "It's just a bunch of paper jokes from the old man." But these walls of paper cutouts, so colorful, were no joke at all. Amongst leaves and plants, he wanted to add acrobats and dancers in contorted poses and in agile movement. Using his drawings as inspiration, he experimented with recreating them in paper cutouts. He cut big pieces of cobalt paper to create the limbs, bodies, and heads for each of these blue acrobats. Wanting to make more blue figures, he asked his assistant to take him to see the bathers at the pool by the sea promenade. It was very sunny, and the heat made him uncomfortable. He asked to return home, But the swimmers had inspired him. "I will make my own swimming pool full of bathers right here," he said. And he began cutting out large blue shapes, combining them to form splashes and swimming figures before he decided what he liked best. His helpers pinned the pieces to the walls until he was happy with how they looked, then glued all the pieces in place. Soon enough, he had his own paper cutout swimming pool, full of bathers, surrounding him in his dining room. It was a refreshing place for him to be away from the hot sun. He enjoyed the company of these paper swimmers at his home every day until the end of his life. And that's what he did. I saw in the video about this, those first pictures, if you get a chance to see it, and the one with the girl that is the young girl that she's showing around how her mother was been an art teacher and how when children are young, they're learning motor skills and cutting things out was an important part. And it showed some of those other images. It showed how they had displayed it at the Museum of Modern Art. But then it showed through the door, if you look in the back, you could see some of those other first pieces that he had done that were also there. It's interesting that he had this, he displayed it, the bottom of it was 5.5 feet off the ground. And when the Museum of Modern Art first displayed it, they didn't have ceiling height to do that, so they had it lower. So when they redid it, they put it in a place where they could display it just like he had. He did this about 2 years before his death. What do you think? Pretty cool, huh? I know. I wonder if this is where the idea of screen printing came from. I don't know. Screen printing. I'll have to research that. You give a librarian a notion, and this is what happens. Screen printing. I'm trying to get brave enough to do encaustic. That would require heated wax and hot things and scraping things off. So, paper cutout. So this is one of the things that it shows that the things that he used in his technique. It says it's important to find a grown-up who can help you with some of the steps. Go find a grown-up. You'll need these materials: watercolor paper or other thick paper that won't wrinkle with paint, but that you can easily cut with scissors. Poster paint, tempera, or house paint, or opaque, or some kinds of stuff. I used acrylic. It wasn't too opaque, just because. It says non-toxic. Large flat brushes. Could even use those foam brushes, probably. Scissors to cut out the paper shapes. Glue. Matisse used a glue made of potato and almonds, but you can use glue sticks. Also, somebody showed that they used paint, the extra paint, to put on the back of the paper and stuck it down with that. Foam core board and pins, because he stuck them down, stuck it to the wall into the burlap with pins first before they decided where to put it. And thick paper or cardboard to glue the final cutout collage onto. So a lot of times when we've done collage with kids and stuff, I'd always just use colored paper, but I thought one of the cool thing about this was that that was painting the paper so that you could choose a color palette or pick and choose and how you did it. And that's kind of why I grabbed those photographs, because I wanted the color palette from below to show through for whatever I was going to do. And then you pick a few sheets of paper and start cutting out different shapes. Matisse made some cutouts in shapes you recognize: stars, fishes, flowers, etc., and some in abstract or geometric forms. And then you just start building them together. And it's this tip: save the rest of the shapes, even the little scraps you may make, end up needing them. So this is where I thought was really cool too, is building the whole thing to get on a larger sheet and then playing with crops. Like take a mat and how you crop it down and figuring out what looks good where. I oftentimes will do that in a photograph and I crop it down because I might have gone bigger because I'm not sure whether the whole scene that I have is what is going to go into it or whether a smaller amount is. And so I'll take the larger part, and with my modern camera, my camera, I don't have to worry about the pixels or that type of stuff, it being out of getting too pixelated. But what's nice is that you can do that and then you can focus down on a smaller point. But if I think there's a smaller image within it too, I'll oftentimes take a second shot with inside. And then you can do cutout inspired by your own favorite Matisse cutout. You look at the shapes of your drawing, like if you create cutouts from a drawing or painting. So you might have a drawing or painting and you can do different kind of things. Don't worry about details, stick to general shapes and use colors. I just think it's fun. And make it big. They have different projects here. Follow the projects from the book for inspiration, but in time, make it really big. He had this entire idea to make a swimming pool, and it went completely around the room. So look at how clever this is. She puts the design. I thought that was so, so clever. She says she was born with colored pencils in her hands. Ana Bianchi was. Her art making has taken her around the world, either on travels fueled by curiosity or to make art in places like Florence, Italy, and New York City. While an artist at heart, she has had a long career in design with projects of all sizes, from a logo made with drops of water for Dubai to the fleets of several major airlines. Wow. Becoming a mom to a little girl sparked in her a need to create something that married her art, design, and storytelling talents. In 2015, she launched Paper Girl Collection, a line of clothes for little girls where each dress illustrates a story, which is told in a companion mini book. Oh my gosh. I think I'm going to have to find that for Rory and for Rook. Oh, Rory's walking, by the way, the 9-month-old. She's walking. Bryn posted a picture on Instagram this morning, or not a picture, a video of her trying to walk up a slide with her big sister. Yeah. Go Rory. The mini books are growing in length and size, and Swimmers was inspired by our work with the French artist in the second full-length book. So she lives in San Francisco with her husband, daughter, and Peppa, their fluffy pug. Fluffy pug. And she also did this book, The Sailor Who Loved to Draw. I've seen that one. It's a cool book. And that is an interesting, look at that. Cool book. All right. Time for another, let me do something. I'm going to do something different this time. It's not a number this time. In the chat, let me get up here so I can see. First off, I have to catch up with everybody. See what they're doing. I'll do that in your room. Yes, Helen, wouldn't it be fun? I would love to do it. Love this book. I'm glad you liked it. Oh, Janet, what's the idea? I bet it gives you an idea. I mean, it just, I think that's what I love about looking at these books, not only the illustrators that do them, but the artists that they're about, and then how the illustrators interpret that art. It's so cool. Let's see. And Dad came down with Mike to visit and bought me a white. Oh, yes. Colors can do amazing things. Paper dolls. Oh my gosh. Okay, we got 10 people watching. Okay, who else is on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Who else is on that I'm missing? I've got Julie E, Janice, Helen, Nathan, Deirdre, Angie, Gloria, Janet. Who am I missing? Deirdre, Nathan, Julie E, Helen. A Luffy pig with rain boots. Yeah, things mixed around. Okay. Got it mixed. 7 people. I've got them right. What? All right. So, letter A through H. Put it in the chat. From the alphabet, letter A through H. Nathan wants a fluffy pig. Nathan wants a fluffy pig. And it's Janice. She was the G. That was the one. Was it Janice or no? It was Gloria. Gloria. It was Gloria. Sorry. It was Gloria. Got my letter G. Yes. Yay. Okay. All right. So, Gloria, let's see what you want or you're going to get. What's back here? Okay. Abstract, bear, or beach. Abstract, bear, or beach. Put it in there. Abstract book, bear book, or beach picture. Going down. Okay, what are we doing? Oh, Donna's watching. I didn't see you. Well, catch you now. I'm not done. I'm not done. Gloria. Beach. Beach. Okay. All right, I have to write things down here. So, like I said on Facebook, I can message me, Gloria, got the beach, and Janet is the abstract, no, Janet is the abstract. Okay. Okay, got it. Whew. All right, let's take a look. I'm not going to cut hers up. Let's see what we can do here. If I take a piece of paper and are you guys cutting things? I'm going to cut something. I'm going to try. Oh, okay. Cut. Should have cut a bunch of these up beforehand. I had some other ones. Let's see what's this one got. Oh, this will be good. All right. This is just totally random, a bunch of stuff. What do you think? I'm not so great with cutting. I'm a more of a tearing kind of person. Anybody else a tearing kind of person? Tear them up, whole different look. I always did that with kids because they would get real weirded about if it didn't fit perfectly the way they expected it to. And kind of. One last time. There we go. See, you can start to make animals and things. You could do him taking off out of a pond. Or kind of things like that. Yeah, no, that didn't work. Anyway, that's what I was thinking. Be kind of fun to do. Looks like your city beach. Yay. You're welcome, Gloria. I run with scissors. Good for you. Kitchen shears. There's a meme I saw on running with scissors. I thought, oh my gosh. Ah, yes. Very cool. Not a good cutter. You know, that's the thing about this is that it doesn't have to be a great cutting. I'm kind of random with them too. They're different shapes. I sometimes have a hard time with breaking things down in how I think it's going to go. Like, oh, there's a tail feather. Tail feather on my bird. Yeah, and then he's not quite fat enough. You get a fat. There. He's getting fatter. I'm making something. I could glue it down if I wanted to, but I think what's kind of fun is to just play with this. It also might be kind of fun to glue stuff down like this and then to pour or paint over it or pour over it. I don't know. It makes cool rough edges. Yes, it does. It sure does. Okay. Donna's here. So let's see. I want to see. We have Julie E. And Janice is here. And Helen. And Donna is here. And Deirdre. Angie. Gloria and Janet already went. And Nathan. I'm going to pick a number between 1 and 12. So put a number in the box. Janice. Janice, stop. Janice got it. She's the 7. It was the 7. And Janice, I think, let me go back. Yes, Janice was this first one. Janice, let's see. Okay, that's that one. What's this? Okay, abstract book, bear book, or mountain lakes, or it's a scene. You decide. And let me know. What's Janice choosing? Abstract book. All right, cool. Janice. Abstract. Cool. All right, you guys. And so we've got geez, Glory. All right. Very cool. I'm gonna every time when somebody wins, I take their name off, so it makes it so a number between 25 and 45. Put it in. You already won. Oh, okay, Julie E. Got it. Julie E. Yay. All right, got it. Got it, got it. Julie E. got it. It was 42. Cool. You guys are hilarious. All right. Julie E. Same question. Abstract, bears, or hang on. Where'd they go? Ah, there it is. Fiddle-dee-dee. Where'd things go? There they are. Something different. Oh. Abstract bears or apple blossoms. Can you see it? On an antique apple tree. So, Julie E., tell me. And then photo. Okay. Apple. All right, you guys. I'll get those wrapped up and get them out. And that's the last one I'm going to do tonight, but I'm going to do another one in a few nights. Don't worry about it. This is as many as I'll lose track of everything. Woo! All right, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this tonight. Just the cutting up, the fun, the collage. Go look at that Matisse video. It's so cool. I just think it's a hoot. I mean, to do this kind of stuff, to tear it up and to cut it up and then to paint over the things that I don't quite like, but then to make them into something else. And even if they don't, just the whole idea of letting go of that stuff and, oh, thank you, Julie, letting go and getting rid of the stuff that, or changing it and cutting it up and doing something with it. I think that just, for me, it just lets it out. It's like what Matisse did, he was so sad and depressed that he was losing his eyesight and he couldn't paint the way he had and he was just sick. And then to pick up a pair of scissors and to start doing that, just to open up to something that is considered one of his finest and most significant pieces. I think that's pretty amazing. Yay. Okay. Thank you guys. Yeah. Contact me through Facebook Messenger. That would be awesome. And you can do the Images by Gretchen or Gretchen Bob Shepherd. Either one will get to me. And wow, 75 nights of stories. I think tomorrow night I'm going to go back to a funny story, crazy, goofy story. I've still got several artists to go through, but I'm going to let them sink in and mellow and see what we do with them. And I ran into some other funny books that I thought would be awesome. Just really fun. So thanks. Yeah, it is. Set it free. It's just really to set it free. I mean, these photographs have been sitting in my map case, just sitting there, and I knew I wasn't going to do something with them, or some of them I could have matted, but they would have required a custom cut mat, and that would require me doing a lot of math. Yes, I know there's an app, but it also is just one of those things that make me go, oh, and they just weren't worth it in that time and effort. But when I come to doing it this way, when I paint over them, when I tear them up, when I do something else with them, it just opens up, and it's like tearing away those barriers or cutting them all out. And that's a lot of what we need. And it's kind of one of the rituals I have before I go on. You guys are going to think I'm crazy, but before I go on and do this, one of the things I have to do is I dump out my garbage. Because I want to get, it's one way, it's a symbolic, I'm starting, this is a clean thing for me. It's so much fun. And I want that garbage gone. And then I can start filling them up again and with other kind of stuff. But it also gives me this sense of, okay, at least I've decluttered one thing. And I'm not the most good at decluttering, but clean garbage can, whew, makes this girl smile. Kind of crazy. Again, you guys are the best. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing your time and giving me your time and coming in and listening to these stories and being open to my crazy, weird approach to art and different. I've always been outside of photography, I've been pretty intimidated by art in other ways because the three, I'm the youngest of the four, and the other three do absolutely amazing things in more traditional art forms. And I just never kind of broke through that and pushed through it, even though my art teacher thought I could, and I just didn't feel confident enough. Photography, I have a lot of confidence in most of the time. This is pushing me to another level, and I appreciate you being there and being my safety net. It means a lot. You're the best. So, until next time, go look in the mirror, because the beauty is just there, looking right back at you, but find the beauty hidden in plain sight. It's all around. It's under your feet. It's in the sky. Like I said, it's in your mirror. It's over your shoulder. But it's all around you. And just drink it in. So until the next time, you guys, take really care. And I'll see you soon.